Hi, guys. Alright, so the Department of Justice has created Title IX for censoring free speech. And what Title IX is something that I imagine applies to most, if not all, public and private entities thereof. On April 22, there was a finding letter by the Department of Justice on Title IX, which requires violating the First Amendment. This came to a university level by FIRE, an organization for Constitution and everything else. And they put it out there for, saying, you have to violate it for, sexually explicit something or another. When we know it's going to be used for, hostile takeover of anybody that the government basically feels is on a go fuck you list. And this is probably, what happened at Madonna. They probably put me on a go fuck you list. And lo and behold, the school aided and abetted. And now I'm waiting on my degree, which I highly doubt I will ever get from that school. But it is what it is. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this is the situation. Department of Justice, Title IX requires violating First Amendment. Department of Justice now interprets Title IX to require colleges and universities to violate First Amendment. So I imagine whatever Title IX is requires violation of First Amendment and all public and private entities thereof. And this is just now applying to the realm of colleges and universities. The Department of Justice has put the universities in an impossible position to violate the Constitution and risk federal funding, or risk losing their federal funding. Said Foundation of Individual Rights of Education, FIRE President and CEO Greg Lukenloff. Federal government's push to nationalize speech code is at odds with decades of legal precedent, and university presidents must find the courage to stand up against federal they're not going to. But investigation for months, yada yada yada. Investigation for harassment. Investigation charge for harassment. Ordered to censor free speech ball. University of Delaware, University of Alaska Fairbanks, University of Oregon. Make sure I'm showing this. Yeah, okay, I am. University professor at Laura Kinpis. So you guys get this idea. It starts off with sexual harassment litigation and it goes straight into, now that you've applied it, now that you've done your share of things, now implement it in all policy. Come on, you've already done it once. What's the big deal now? Well, there is a big deal. So I'm waiting on my degree, which I get to have a meeting in about another year and a half to find out whether or not they're going to put forward the paperwork. Oh, I can't go into details because they're still hiding all the paperwork. They wouldn't even give me the copy of the thing I signed. So, if not, I imagine there's going to be some big fucking PR situation. But it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm not saying my situation is related to this, but I imagine at some point or another they have it wrapped up in a nice little bow. And when I find out what's going on and what I can say and what I can't say, I'll release it to you guys and you guys can spread it everywhere. I've pretty much told everybody I know of my situation. So anyways, I can't tell you the name of the university because it would probably be all kinds of felonies and misdemeanors, and saying that there may or may not be an organizational detail of another country involved, which even local PD says that that could be a factor in them thinking that they have immunity or some kind of godhood. I can't legally speak about it, but I do know that in 2 years, when I do get that meeting that I will come in and I will sit down and I will expect my degree and I do not get it. I plan on very easily going in a nice suit, have 2-3 people walk onto that property with me. No car, no nothing. Walk off the same way. Whether they choose to record things or not is up to them. And I'm getting on a plane. Whatever happens after that is whether or not, they were good about it or bad or indifferent. I've talked with lawyers, I've talked with these people, those people, and everybody else. And they all say these people are shady fucking bastards who deserve a hangman's noose. Well, sooner or later somebody's going to give it to them, so I'm not completely worried. All I'm waiting for is my piece of paper in the mail. It says, congratulations, you are now graduated from a bachelor's, yada, yada, yada. And come, April of 2018 or 2019, you can pick it up in the mail. Thank you, congratulations, XYZ, love, kissy, kissy, and that's it. So, regardless of what happens at the meeting, I'm going to get on a plane. I'm going to go to a nice island area for a good week or two. And whatever happens after Mass, I'm not legally, morally responsible for it, but I don't think anything bad should happen. I think I should be able to go in there afterwards and see good results. That's what I'm hoping. But they have done some really fucked up and shady things. And I was mentioning this the other day, and a blue vehicle did pull up by the house. And I looked out there real quick to see if that same blue vehicle was there, because it's supposed to be one of the administrators that I believe, one way or another, this or that, and was by my house at least once already, which legally she does not have the authority to be by my house, especially off campus, etc. But we don't know what the hell the situation is because the cops have it locked up tighter than a drum, no doubt. They're riding on their side and everything else. So all I'm waiting for is that congratulations, you're graduated thing. And the way I understand it is if I aid and abet them this 5-year period, they have to legally provide that service. If they can't or won't, due to one jurisdiction or another, my ass is on a plane, and whatever chooses to happen may or may not happen. I don't have anything planned, and I won't. But bad people have a way of unfortunately ruining lives that are worth living, and when I legally come back and are detained for one group of things or another, which probably won't happen, I'm going to say, look, I've been dealing with this situation for 5 years. You fuckers would not go in there and make the arrests. I went off on vacation so that I didn't end up, doing one thing or the other. If you guys want to make an arrest, get your asses in there and do the arrests. If not, leave me the fuck alone and stop stalking my family. Amen.